Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Wednesday, June 1st, and we are here trying to take the mystery out of your financial life. And we do that by asking you to do a little work. It's not a lot of work, it's a little work. Go to jillonmoney.com and bookmark that website, and then you can always go back to it and click the Contact Us button whenever you have a question. That way, it's just there for you. It's so easy. When you get that form that pops up at the end of it, there's a question. It says, would you come on the air live? And Mark Talercio, best executive producer in the whole wide world, he will do all of the work. And even when it takes a little bit of effort, like it did this morning, we get you on the air. So we have Mark from Connecticut. So 2 Marks with me today. Mark from Connecticut, you are joining us, and thanks for putting up with some of our technical issues. How are you today, sir?
I'm good, Jill.
What can we do for you today?
Well, I want to thank you, Jill and Mark, for taking my call. Love the show. Listen to the pod every morning. Jill, I need help advice on how to navigate retirement income without a pension. I want to retire in 2 years. I want to relocate to Florida. Probably going to have a mortgage. So I need your mojo.
Okay. I got mojo. I got mojo for all of you guys. Okay. Don't worry. I got plenty of it. Mark, how old are you?
I'm 62.
When you said is there a spouse or is it just you?
It's just me. I'm divorced. I got 3 kids. They're all launched, 2 grandkids.
You're going to retire in 2 years. At that point, will you have any income besides portfolio income, rental income, or anything else that's coming into you?
Nope. Just portfolio income.
The game plan is 2 years, sell your house. How much is the house worth?
It's a condo. It's worth $160,000, but I do have a mortgage of $80,000 left on it, so I only have $80,000 of equity.
So you would put $80,000 down and get another mortgage, or you just buy something cheap? Or are you going to rent? What's your hope in 2 years?
I hope to go to Florida. I've looked at condos down there. Probably going to need to buy something about $250,000 to $300,000.
That's not a downsize, dude.
I know. I told you I need your mojo.
All right. So let's see how we're going to pay for that. So tell us about the non-retirement assets that you have accumulated. Non-retirement.
There I have $75,000 in a brokerage, and I have $15,000 in a money market.
Okay, and 15 in a money market. Okay, got it. Now, let's talk about retirement assets, because obviously you're 62. You could take money out. So what's in retirement assets?
I have, and these were higher at the beginning of the year.
Oh, yeah, big deal.
I have $1.1 million in pre-tax 401k, and I have $110,000 in a Roth IRA.
Forgetting about the housing for 1 second, what does it cost for you to live your life?
The last 6-7 years, I've been living pretty cheap, probably $3,500 a month, because I've been saving for retirement. But I figure in retirement, I'm probably going to need about $6,000 a month.
In your mind, that $6,000 a month, does that are you sort of building in a mortgage payment to that or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would include a mortgage. Okay. When you look at Social Security and your potential Social Security benefits, what do you have at age, say, 67, whatever your full retirement age is?
So 67, it's $3,155 a month.
Okay. And what's 70?
Almost 4,000. It's 3,954.
What's the magic of 2 years from now?
Cobra. I can get Cobra for a year. I mean, just, kind of ready for the next chapter of my life. But if I have to work longer, I'm prepared for that too.
How much do you earn right now, Mark?
A little over 100.
And what are you putting away into retirement?
The max. I put 27 in the 401k, and I put 7 in the IRA.
Okay, so you are saving a lot. Okay. It's funny. It's somehow or other, like when I heard you tell the story, I feel like if you didn't have the change in housing, that you may be able to do this. It's this extra money that you need to float your bigger place. At the very least, let's just look at age 67. You have $31.55 a month. And we really need another, let's call it 40. We really need like 40, let's say 4,000, just for the heck of it. We need another 4,000 a month. I'm leaving your non-retirement assets alone because frankly, you kind of need to keep that. If we were to presume in 2 years, let's just pretend the market's flat. At least in 2 years, we cannot count on the assets growing dramatically. So if I look at 1.1 million, let's just do that one first. And we look at our nice safe withdrawal rate, that's 33,000, but you got to pay tax on it. I don't know. I feel like you're a little short, man.
Yeah.
I really do. Mark, I don't know what you think. I'm sort of thinking, do you hate your job?
No, I like it. I've done it for a long time and I like it.
You do?
Yeah.
I feel like if you could, first of all, Cobra's expensive. So that's number one. So I feel like you need at least 3 years, and you might need more like four-ish, because I want you to build up your non-retirement asset base. I'm less interested in you putting money away pre-tax right now. And when you do your 7,000 in your IRA, is that a Roth IRA?
Yeah, that's the Roth.
Okay. I mean, if you're going to stay in at the 160,000 level, I think that maybe I could live with it. Or even if you said, okay, let me give you another game plan. You say, all right, you know what? I'm working right through until I'm qualifying for Medicare, and then I'm going to move to Florida, and I'm going to keep working. I'm not going to make 100, but I'm going to make 50, and I'm going to do that for 5 years, age 65 to 70. That's what I'm going to do. I mean, that may be something you would prefer. I don't know. It probably also depends a little bit about like how you're feeling in a couple of years, health-wise, mood-wise. But I don't know if you're the kind of person who would rather like make as much money as you can for as long as you can, then call it quits, or you'd rather call it quits early, knowing that you have to work a little bit, doing something for 3-4 years.
Yeah, I think it would be the first option. Probably just work as long as I can and then call it quits.
All right, Mark, what year does he have to work to? Just let's give him a something to shoot for. What are you thinking? Oh, you think 66. I was going to say 67. So Mark's nicer than I am. So I was going to say what I'd like you to be able to do is be able to work right through until you can claim your Social Security. If you did it the year before, then that would be okay. I think that you should count on, hey, I'm going to work till I'm 67. It's not bad. That's 5 years. It's not a big deal. Presumably you're able to keep your job and nothing bad happens. But, I don't know, things will look a lot different in a couple of years when we have a better sense of like, what's the economic cycle look like? What's the real estate market look like? What do the rates look like? We might be able to do it sooner. I just think I'd rather have your mindset attuned to 67 or 66 or 67. And then we can reassess. But Mark, how much money should he put in the pre-tax versus building up his non-retirement assets? Do you have a match, Mark?
Yeah, 5%.
Okay, so why don't you just put in the money up to the match, and then the rest of the money, pop it into the brokerage account and just keep building that up. And then hopefully, you know what? I hope I'm wrong. I hope you call me up in 3 years and you're like, hey, Schlesinger, you're wrong. I got $2 million. Everything's great. Life's fantastic. See you later, lady. I'm going to buy myself a $300,000 condo in Vero Beach or wherever you're going.
Yeah.
And I hope that that's the case. I just want you to be realistic in terms of what your hopes and dreams are. Okay. So let's get the 5-year game plan. 5 years is actually a really short period of time. Let's just do 1 year at a time. And every year you can look at your numbers and you can ping me and say, hey, what do you think? I'm happy to do that. But just to get a more realistic expectation, I think it makes more sense for you. Okay. Unless you shack up with some rich person and then I don't have to worry about your housing costs, which would be great. I mean, it's not exactly a retirement plan, but I've heard some people try to execute this kind of a plan. So, I mean, maybe, given what you're telling me today, this is what I think is best for you, okay?
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for getting in touch with us. If you do not want to bank on marrying well, partnering well as your retirement plan, if you don't want to actually pin your hopes on that, then why don't you give us a holler? Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, let us know if you'd come on the air, and, we'll help you think this through. Now, don't forget, while you're on the website, we've got a ton of content there. We've got this podcast, we've got another podcast, we've got a blog, we've got a radio show, we've got all the appearances on TV, we've got a resources section. All of that is available on the JillOnMoney.com website. So Check it out. And if you do not subscribe to this, of course, you can subscribe wherever you're listening. And why don't you pass it along to someone? I think that, Mark, our organic growth, which started to go exponential 2 years ago, we got to kind of make it rock and roll again. I want to see more continued growth. So help us expand the audience to people like you who think this is interesting and fun content and useful, hopefully. So do me a favor and pass it along. Leave us a rating and leave us a review on Apple. And just try to do something nice for someone else today. Grit, growth, grace. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.